single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make.
Hey everybody, Lewis here, Our Shack Barbecue and other things. Oh, look at my hands in the way. Well, how's everybody doing? It's been a while since I've done just a vlog type entry here. I'm at work. It's lunchtime. Sitting out here all by myself. Beautiful, beautiful day. Probably in the high 80s right now. Be probably in the mid 90s by the time I go home. Almost pool weather. Anyhow, so what do I want to talk about? Well, let's talk about gear for a little bit. So there's so much you can learn, but you know, I'm just going to say, I guess right down to it, you don't have to spend very much on gear to get going on YouTube. You know, I had a nice Nikon camera, which I was using for a while, but I didn't like it because you couldn't see the screen, so that always caused, you know, me wondering what the screen was looking at. Got like 3 GoPros. I like the GoPros. I wish their battery would last longer though. Battery dies. I wish there was zoom, you know, you got wide angle or standard angle, but and their microphones, they kind of suck. So then I bought a separate mic. I really like it. It's a very similar to the Rode Mini shotgun. It's got the noise reduction muff that goes on it. Oh, what's that called? Anyway, I'll look it up, and it'll be down in the description. It's a knockoff. I saved probably about 30 bucks by buying the knockoff one. Works just as well as the Rode mics. And then got this attachment right here. I don't know what other people use. This is a gimbal, 3-axis smooth. I don't know. Really need it? I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out, honestly, but yeah. And then, you know, I got tripods, got selfie sticks, I got all kinds of stuff. But when it really gets down to it, you know, most of my videoing is done right here on the iPhone 7 Plus. That's my primary go-to camera for everything. And it seems to work just great. Oh, you know, and I bought a drone, but we also, what happened to that? Splashed right in the pool. That was kind of funny. I mean, all you could do is laugh. One of the blades came flying off, and it just nosedived right into the deep end of the pool, and that was the end of that. I sold that rather quickly, and the guy actually took it apart, and the camera was shot on it. But the motherboard part, that's what he really wanted, was still good, and he's going to build another drone with it. But the good news is, I picked up another drone, and I actually like this one a lot better. And you'll see it in an upcoming video and stuff. I love the pictures and the quality of the pictures it takes. But really, all you need is your phone to get started. And you know, the mic on this phone is just fine. It picks up just great. You don't need an external mic. You know, you need to work on how far away and things like that to get the best shots. Just like right now, you know, it looks really white in the background, but the sky is completely blue. So, you know, there are times that, you know, I wish this would focus better, you know, have that where you can focus right in on something, but it works just fine. I like Androids also. I love the S10. Some of the guys I work with have the S10, and the pictures and everything it has is incredible. But I'm not ready to upgrade yet. This phone seems to work just fine. Yeah, so I guess, you know, you can buy all those other accessories and for vlogging and things like that. Some of those cameras are pretty awesome. You watch like T-Roy's live, Tuesday live, or his Tuesday chats. I'd love to have his setup, and I'd love to pick his brain and see how he does it all, because it sounds like he's got a pretty good equipment. I will say that on this phone, I don't use iMovie. I'm not a fan of iMovie as editing software. I have Perfect Video, which is an app. I paid a little more to make my own. I think it was $5 to get rid of their watermark and I make my own. I have the Filmora Go app. That's a little more trickier to use, but it's a good app. Then I have Splice, which is originally was GoPro, and it's a pretty good app. I haven't used it for a while. And then they have another one called Quick, I think. I've used that. I don't particularly like it. But Perfect Video is probably, for my phone, the main app I use. And then on my laptop, I have an older MacBook Pro. I think it's a 2009. So, I mean, if you were to say what software or iOS system, it's El Capitan. I can't upgrade it any more than that. So I did get Filmora 9 for that. I paid for it. I think it's $50, and I really like that editing software. Some people have issues with it, but I have yet to have any issues with it, and it seems to do a pretty good job. I just my phone, it automatically syncs to the PC, my pictures and everything, so it's, you know, I just set my phone next to it and it uploads everything in there for me, and then I have to just drag it over and put it into my editing software, and I do that. Otherwise, you know, I do have SD card reader that plugs into my phone. I can take the little micro SD card out of the drone or whatever, plug it into that, and it'll download it onto my phone or on my PC, either one. That's a good thing to have. You know, having a good software that you can edit with is pretty good. iMovie's all right. If you get into it and you start messing around with it, it's just not my style. But yeah, I don't think you have to, if you wanted to start a YouTube channel, the hardest thing about it, honestly, is being able to talk. I say, you know, you just get out there and you cook and show what you do, and then, you know, you can either explain it as you go along, or sorry, my style is to just kind of do a recap when it's all done. Kind of in the video I show what I do, and then recap it, and that works for me. I enjoy that. I'm not, you know, I'm never really set out to make this a career. I just enjoy it. It's fun. And people say, you know, oh, you got all those cookers and everything. And I just tell them, well, that keeps me out of the, you know, casinos and out of the ladies' clubs and illegal drugs and everything else. I spend my money on grills and playing around with editing on YouTube. Anyhow, so I haven't done a vlog in a while, so I thought I would do one about my equipment and what I use, and, you know, how simple it is. There's lots of gadgets out there. If you use them, then that's great. Smart enough to figure them out, that's the big thing. And yeah, anyhow, hope everyone's having a great time, enjoying their summer. yeah, I am. Like I said, this pool's full, ready to go jump in it today. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate everyone out there, and grill on.